Sin dáchas go chu sin an súnsú son ar cémór idir láidú it the Rangers agus Celtic. A sin dú an na cumar na náil agus a táiseachtáisií i ceannat lú beo is BBC Alba. Féisce bhagah agus fáiltear of gur balcóise beo is seoch it BBC Alba. Well apad céim ha róin i dús cúra Miguel go bhí Glasgow City a cúmal súl go mac iar ar na go bhí tacharte seo it the Rangers agus Celtic. Nes tá mír me gáid clán fáiltear chríala chuir ar neolaich a bheits nar cuideach gar a níosca seo Suzanne Lappin. Suzanne, many thanks for joining us on BBC Alba today. This is a humongous match in the Scottish Women's Premier League between Rangers and Celtic. Set us up for it.
Yeah, I think as you say, it's going to be a cracking match. You know, two teams very evenly matched. You know, started the season well on both fronts, but you know, games like tonight are what the season's all about. These are the games that define where the title goes at the end of the day, and I think you know the fans that have turned up here tonight are in for a great match.
Absolutely. Let's take a wee look at the league table. There's 1 point between Rangers at the top, Glasgow City second, Celtic third. How exciting is it to see three teams battling it out for the title?
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's great for the women's game here in Scotland. You know, I think on any given day, each of them can take points off each other, as we've seen already. You know, Glasgow City beating Celtic and then holding Rangers to a draw, you know, last week, and then, you know, here today it's a very tough game to call. It could go either way, you know, quality in both sides, but it's exactly what we want for the women's game in this country.
I'm sure Glasgow City will be keeping a close eye on what happens today, because should it end in a draw and City win against Partick Thistle tomorrow, they go top. Yeah, you know, they will go top, but you know, the way, as we just talked about, the season's gone so far, you know, I can see who is in top spot changing throughout the season, just given how close the three teams are. But you know, if you're a Rangers or a Celtic player here tonight, you know, you're definitely not thinking about going out there and playing for a draw. Both teams will be going out to win. You know, the history and the rivalry between the clubs, and both teams will want to take that 3 points home. Absolutely. And given what's at stake tonight, how do the players from each side handle themselves on the big occasion tonight?
I think it's huge. I think as a player, you know, these are the games you look for when the fixture list comes out at the start of the season. You want to know when are you playing the teams that are, you know, the top teams in the country. And you know, obviously Rangers and Celtic, they would have been looking out for this game. You know, it's under the lights, which doesn't happen too often. And you know, I think the players need to have the right amount of passion and experience, calm heads as well, and you know, both of them will be going out to get the 3 points.
Great stuff. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Ach adra session to line to Malky Thompson. Agus home hen crime for Chin Picken Vinnitin Arash. Malky, huge game for Rangers today. Big crowd expected. How much are you looking forward to today's match?
Oh, I really am. It's great, and obviously I'm just hearing as well that the crowd's sitting around about 3,500, so good. We'll get good support, so we've had good visibility all week. To be honest with you, the club have advertised it well, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout.
Rangers are the league champions. You were chasing the title last year. You're defending it this year. What's changed in terms of mindset? Has it, if anything at all?
Well, I think there's a different dynamic about the group now. We understand that we won the league last year and we'll go to then defend it, which is great. But I think the experience that we've gained in getting into the Champions League, we've also added strength to the squad. There's competition in the squad, so there's various factors around about the whole kind of dynamic of it, which gives us confidence going into these games.
In terms of Celtic today, what are you expecting from them? Have they improved on last season?
Yeah, they're a strong side, well organised side. They'll be competitive. We know that. And again, the occasion of a Rangers Celtic game, an Old Firm derby, is something that both teams have got to contend themselves with.
And in terms of team news, Nicola Doherty comes back in. Will that change anything at all?
No, nothing will change. And you know, and by and large, our set of principles stay the same, no matter the personnel that come in. We've got a real strong bench as well that we can dip into. Players not only that can play one position, but can play a number of positions, so we can rotate it.
Thanks, all the best today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Malky Thompson, Lennox, gave sin beach drasta of Suzanne Lappin. Suzanne, interesting listening to Malky Thompson there talking about how the dynamics changed now that Rangers are defending a title as opposed to chasing a title. You've been in that position many a time as a former Glasgow City player. Are Rangers playing as they should in their quest to defend their title?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think when you're chasing the title for the first time, it's almost a free hit. You know, Glasgow City were the ones to beat in this country for a long time. Rangers won the championship last season, and you know, they now know that every game they face, the other team is desperate to beat them, and you know, and take the points and make that scalp. And you know, I think as a Rangers player, you know, you need a different mentality. You need to treat every game the absolute same, give it your all, and you know, they'll be desperate to retain the title, but, you know, on the other hand, Celtic will be desperate to pick up their first title as well, so should make for a great season.
One player that was instrumental for Rangers last season was Jane Ross. She's currently injured. Just how much of a blow has that been for Rangers this year?
Yeah, I think it's huge. You know, Jane Ross is a loss for any team. You know, I played with her for a number of years at Glasgow City. You know, she's a great player. You seen last season, you know, she almost makes a goal out of nothing. You know, she's great. She's always around the box. She's, you know, in the right place at the right time. And, you know, not only that, she's an experienced player now. You know, I've watched her grow in the game over the years, and, you know, she's great around the dressing room. She's great in the training pitch. You know, her overall attitude on and off the field, you know, is second to none, and Rangers absolutely are missing her. But, you know, at a club like Rangers, being the champions, they need other people to step up and fill that void and be knocking the goals in for them this season.
Great stuff. We'll come back to you again in a short moment. Dag gedraste is een tolle nul cause Celtic and the Kuchak manager Achison, Fran Alonso. Fran, in terms of team youth, Jacinta returns to your side. How much of a welcome return will she be?
Well, she's looking forward to return. Obviously disappointed for her, missed the last 2 games, but she's been very good at training. We play a friendly and she was excellent. So yeah, I'm hoping she's making a huge impact today and help the team to have a good performance.
It's a huge match today. You've spoken about passion and determination. How do you channel that into the performance and getting a positive result for your side?
Yeah, I don't think I have to do much. You know, when you are facing the biggest opponent in a special night like today, just wearing the hoops is a special motivation. That's enough to be at your best. But today we have a few fans of ourselves coming, and then the stadium looks like it's going to have a huge crowd, and that's a great motivation. And then obviously what is in stake is 3 points, you know, against one of our biggest rivals. So everything is perfect for a good show, and hopefully we get the best.
You had the upper hand against Rangers in the cup competitions last year, but the form wasn't the same in the league. How important is it to take those performances from the cup into the league matches?
Yeah, every game is different. I think last year we struggled with consistency. We were very good in some individual games, even against Rangers, but we struggled to make that impact, especially in terms of results. Performances, 2 of the performances were good, but not good enough to beat a superb team. So yeah, we are full of confidence, but we know they haven't lost a game for a year and a half. So we know it's going to be a very, very hard task to get something from the game, even harder to win the game. But this is what we are going to try, and we will try our very best. And hopefully every Celtic fan that come today feel proud of the show that the girls are going to put in place.
Thanks, Fran. All the best today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Sjenaku Fran Alonso geeft zijn uurjacht kele voor Suzanne Lappen adras. Suzanne, we've been hearing there from Fran Alonso, who's talking about taking the cup form from last season against Rangers into the league matches against Rangers. How do you think they go about doing that, in your opinion?
Yeah, it was a strange one, you know, over the last couple of years for Celtic. They've absolutely been the top team in the cup competitions in this country. You know, cups are a one-off game where, you know, you can treat it like that, you can leave everything on the field, but I think, you know, this season for Celtic, you know, it's crucial that they make a mark in the league. You know, there's no denying playing for a club like Celtic, you know, winning the league is a must, and I think that's what they'll be striving for. You know, if you could ask them what they would take, you know, they'd drop the cups for the league, and, you know, it's about turning up in games like this and proving you deserve to win the league.
The big team news for Celtic today, Jacinta returns. How important is she to Celtic?
Yeah, I think she's been great. You know, she started the season really well. I think there was a fear for Celtic with Wellings moving on. You know, there'd be that gap in terms of who was going to return the goals for them. But, you know, I think her and Larissy have been really important for Celtic at the start of the season. You know, in games like tonight, where, you know, there won't be a huge amount of chances, it's crucial that people in form are at the end of those, and they can take the chances that come their way tonight. And, you know, for the Celtic team as a whole, I think having them back just gives them that boost. And, you know, as I said at the start, you know, I think you want to see the best players in either team on the pitch here tonight to make it the spectacle that we want, you know, for everybody watching and for everybody turning up here tonight. And when
Larissy and Jacinta are playing as well as they have been, Celtic don't seem to be missing Charlie Wellings, who was top scorer last year.
Yeah, no, and that's it. Like, you know, like as I said, like a club at Rangers or Celtic, you've got to replace the top talent. You know, that's a must to continue to compete year after year. You know, we faced it when, you know, I was a Glasgow City player. People move on, and it's about the quality that you bring in, and it's important that they hit the ground running. And, you know, I think Larissy and Jacinta have done that, and, you know, Celtic will be hoping that they do it again tonight.
How important, Suzanne, do you think the first goal will be tonight?
I think it'll be important because I think, you know, both teams are going to come out, you know, 100 miles an hour right from the first whistle, and I think in any game, if you get the first goal, you know, it gives you that little bit of comfort. But, you know, I think there'll be goals in this game tonight. You know, it's a really difficult one to call, but, you know, one that everybody here is looking forward to.
You're Fran Alonso, you're Malky Thompson, you're the head coach of one of these teams right now. What are you saying to the players in the moments before they come out of the dressing rooms?
I mean, you're just asking them to leave absolutely everything out here. You know, as a player, as I say, these are the fixtures you look for. You know, they've been looking forward to this all week, you know, looking forward to this moment, and you want to leave absolutely everything on the pitch, no regrets, and you know, do the most for your team and your teammates.
Great stuff. We'll hear more from you said match and commentary. A gedras, dash and dullag also as Chynnes Birish. Gwr in Iech Eilish ar Dolcar Sturig, Tron game. Alok o Henley.
Papel y Tachalum, ha Chorus Blian y Gile, fo Chael Rangers, Magyedig, as y League, sy Celtic yn y gronch ar y lasyn, agos ffemi at Shinnigan o ddi ystynnoch, mhat at ol y leim, siachat y Rangers gomwlwch y League, ys on cedwyd yn ffichyd gyw, le Glasgow City y clwych Partick Thistle y maddach, agos grwn ciet yn lwchtaig Celtic ysio, fat y farach dy lwchtaig Rangers e dyf hawl, agos ma chwle tŵf yen y ffad gysioig Broadwood eichyn le lwchtaich, agos y cwchben y crynidol, Premier League yn ffer na haf sy'n cor yma sio gan y lwchtaich hyn ymach, agos taich y chwyddi skipan yn y ban y sioig Broadwood, agos han y skipan as y tunnel e dyf hawl, y ffew di hyn ymach, agos ffesgar bria ac yn y sio, a'n tiach at y mwy glasgo, Big an Ushkan Trona Nieskerach, Turigan an Ish, agus da skipper Caitlin Hayes, Nicky Doherty, Tuchamach, the Skippy and Achka, Game Maraba, Shinnaquinjan, the Gutu goal, Peace more on the beach, Jerabig, Coatol again alone, Age Hichtel, Akjedig, the Season. Agus Nayach Gahuv, the Skippian. Nu narach to skip back Malky Thompson van a skipper back Kuenen, the Glasgow City, Jacket Achai, Nicky Doherty, a skipper, Chinnesty, at the Hool, I guess imagine all Van American, a Katuxum van a Pengi. Hilly get the shin, skipper Rein Khoma, Ach Jurgen Ligasta, Fung Kucher, KSB, Malky Thompson, a Dochas Kanurig of Chen Nashar, a Jew. 3 Arikins, a skipper Fran Alonso, a skipper in your Grand, in Hearts, Jacket Achai. Clarissa Larissy, Chile Gadash State, Maraha, Jacinta, Assure Yishavi, the Cascus on Dayem, Agus Libby Chance, Kucha Kamia and Parker, Intrachapank and Natalie Rossek and Oi, Achamin Navaris, Kabisha, Tuchtimada, Shavi and Parker, the Jenna Koikner. Barak Brown and Hanatuak Thompson, Edivengi, Klikita and Eolach, Lizzie Arnott, Kirsty Howitt, Agus is on Fran Alonso, yes and a coin. Die Gallagher gaan natuurlijk Shen. Shen de kliket aan Gutek Shen van de Pengi Geisen. Via de Cheferiano. Weet je dat kan je doen? En je gaat er geen kutter maar gaan zo. Lorraine Watson. Weet je dat? Dezelfde in alle put. Agus is je fijn tijd voor Vicky Allen. Agus Vicky Robertson in een kleertje. Agus een keer of een keer gaan je doen. Stuart Broadfoot. Fuam Kilauer Shoik Broadfoot. Agus first enough Shield Shinas Gerstad naar de game goed getal. Kelly Clark mag as a skip at Celtic, Caitlin Hayes had Chris skip at the Gal Geisen. Agus Madam McGrath, Nicky Doherty, Chile Gadash gonna skip at Rangers, skip at Achgessen. Malky Thompson. Chakiri the skip at na Coram en Groeik het nu City Park geschinnen gaal. Zeg maar ringen tegen de Gerkens Achai. Agus Fran Alonso. Wel, wij zijn gemaakt tolletje, maar dat vliegt geskip ekkes in een Hearts. Als je koud de Glasgow City se golle mag. A koek per league kucher kat en de gas in de hoek al. Agus beest in de dag als je de dasen de soons in de schech. En een game goed er mag zo. Agus skip at Hayes. Kunnen check gedacht maar jedig. De mag. Sicher Galachison, Tessel Middag, who had the finish, the Hoshing Ping the Rangers, the Jack and Sakai, and now Glasgow City, 4 Kutrabach Geisen, and a Mian Park, who have a Zell, the Sech, Stuart Bo Fiorentina. Look at then Celtic, SWPL van de Gerkel. Agus Magedig hou, as een Chishal, is dan een game, een goed getal. Agus Celtic in Asian, for this Larisi, de beide vengi Jack in Sakai, as Stuart wie Falav, de Cluj Chemichin International te. A Chatoshach Jew, agus hien is Jacinta Chorus, Fiche Tur lach echtere. Agus Bal Gauprach Gadash, en alleen Chianake, Taylor Otto. American Achille, Celtic, Mian, Drew de Hakkes en het Jachoel. Zoals go Jacinta, zo le Prolia, Ganoringi, Bal de Gumalestij. Mitchell McLaughlin, Dash gaan Leunen Chian Eichkesje. Sky in a dash, with Davison. Here's Midtak, Sujetjich pikken een stenen, maar een stoelgie. Ach, go Martinez, de Muji. Here's Umsi, Krua, je Chinestui. Savinic, wo Caitlin Hayes. Kun de vader Kayla McCoy, naar Gelkem Fudderstuk wie echt hier nog. Fijn pikken, je naval, fijn pikken, je. Dan vind je dat ook, je Rangers goed, je geheerd Gorm. Je Doherty, Paul Hokelestui, Action Fuders de Tajana. Je Clay Mexicaner, en ik is dit de Celtic, ik tosch er Cesa. Lisa Robertson. Tinje, ik nou, je Celtic, Ajish. Karen Fata Vakele, Jacinta agus Larisi. Doherty, leave room, Duval, the Sun Rangers. And this guy in the dash, Jennifer, Suicidation, Jennifer. Sticker Sam Kerr. Agus Boasta, China Steve, Chelsea Cornet, Fashin, Cornet Alkilior, Tajanar. The Rangers pinnig Torgen daar Paul, agus Shinnet de Shai van Orson Corman, Unsi Hoka. Is Torgen een goed jacht is een trasse game. Het is een live klie. Gaat er de bouw de drap uit. Dus tolle mag. Duval, Coram, Suzanne Lappen, Hortestay Suzanne. Rangers seen a lot of the early possession, if you like, as you'd expect, and making quite a lot of progress down their left-hand side.
Yeah, they are. They've started the game well. They're moving the ball at quite a fast pace, and getting it into the left-hand side wide area.
Rogan Hay. Here's Coram. Paul Hokelesteg in de boxen. Natalie Ross, Chase Mian, Dachert de Shin, maar dat was een zuurlijk. Edash. Eda de boxen. McLaughlin, Tasha Gadish at Jachool. Martinez, Franger, wel bij Vierende Enko, Davison. Midtag. Agus Robertson. Jacinta. Fairy, Taich Chini, Cooley, I guess. Well, Shin Karen Dochesach. Ashworth Clifford, dus nu uit besteed. agus Caitlin Hayes got Geronka Gamach. Essen, fine. Hier toe gechtkje. Agus geglose Tarsen kom middag. McCoy agus tuchtje, maar genoorsten een keer die dash in de Cassens Robertson. Jinema. Gediesh. Jacinta at de loon toe. Agus genoorsten na der gulik de Larisi. Foul line followed by Davison. Midtag, I guess the Shindra at the Hosha. Suzanne, as expected, Natalie Ross, although she was down as being in attack, obviously she's dropped back into midfield. She's making like a 5 in midfield for Celtic.
Yeah, she is. That's exactly where you want to see Natalie Ross. I think that's where you get the best out of her. You know, I was surprised to see her in the forward line, but she's you know, best deployed in a central midfield area, making runs late into the box.
Ashworth Clifford. So is de line gediesh va Jacinta is China State. Maatje goal maach ga in de fijne. Wel puchtige shin bo McLaughlin en op. Wel nog gereedje wat je halle Lorraine Watson net dat likilish kom al top. Jacinta le undel jiek decent set Larisi le ga jiek. Hayes, Ashworth Clifford, Dish, Palakinora, Jacinta ein, it's cool line at Gian. And McLaughlin come out, Sul Giarora. Robertson, Dish, Fiach and the Jacinta ein, it's cool line at Gian. Give it Caramella, Robertson. Gonna pick and room, talking a line up. My ball tossing, yep. Constant Larisi, Martin is a shin driver. Natalie Ross. Oprach Idash, agus tossing a dish. Ashworth Clifford, Garrigus Stepper and not. Nachadish, Neil Abbas, trying to come with Shakilot. And Alonso kind picken nas Rierichele maar a kraantje het al daar een paadje. Die is Celtic in de bal gaat je mee in een paadje. Otto drappen, dus je mag van een goal. Riordan. Oprach gaat hierheen, agus Otto Adish. Riordan van hier nog via en zo is go Jacinta. Hier gaan je dat gaan niet geketa. Davison, Harsin Doherty. Just a corner dat is Cheval lachen. Rogan Hay, Chinestay. There's an ocean. Ik de McLaughlin ein, Suas, Elena, Davison, Juval, the Val. Sheila Gadash. The Cornet. Siarad oprach Mali Rangers, Brogan Hay, Siún ag a falla, agus Ryden Jinama. Suzanne, that was a really well worked move by Rangers.
Yeah, it was. Brogan Hay turning really, really well there. You know, I thought she'd actually made enough room there to get a shot on goal, but Ryden recovering well and getting back to save the danger for Celtic.
Brogan Hay has scored a Galapagos and a Chemichin Carter Magidic. She and Farna Bengi and Venezuela. Son a Hiat Kechbach. Ball Art agus Shechat. The Vacha Tarsing chip Pepe Machabazan. Martinez, who was van a goal. Chile Gadas and a Dara Crush Eicheshek Rangers. Vai show and daar wielen ze nu Giak voor Montpellier. Nog like COVID zo gelukkig nille zitten. Gorstige. Het roeper ga hier. Een strijd te gaan met je in een sheet heesten ze. Mien je in het Gian. The Gene Fark look at the Celtic. Ashworth Clifford. Davison from Alshinastay. Doherty. Ball fatte die is. Going to some Sam Kerr, the boxer. Natalie Ross. Trying to follow up. Looking into Jacinta fine of the vow, the Celtic a canoe. And Sadisha Doherty. Garjamach van a goal on Rangers. Coy with the cast and drops it. Go for good Ashka Sam Kerr. Kerr, Tersul, steg aan de boksag. Chile Dash. Die is lively Shirley Rangers. Bal Doherty in a stay. Ashworth Clifford. Je moet je een massive boksession of Brogan Hay. Je kunt kutje maar. Mr. Robertson het vallen af. Agus terug Davis en Shin maar een keer. Zo dat voorak laten ze er leeg houden met de cooler. Doherty to Jasul for a week. For Celtic, the tactic appears to be to get the ball up to Larissy and Jacinto, and they've really failed to do that so far. It's not sticking there.
Yeah, it's not sticking at all. You're absolutely right. When Celtic are getting possession deep, you know, that's what they're looking to do, is get the ball into the channels. You know, but even if it does stick at the moment, I'm struggling to see where the support's coming from, because the gaps between the Celtic lines are so big at the moment. But you know, Celtic just can't seem to get into the game and get control of the ball.
So they had a Duval like Nicky Doherty, Julian Shin, but Jacinta, Gavinia Kadash, Natalie Ross and Orson, Sticker Robertson, Tersula de Remuyacha, Ashworth Clifford, Jeff Karan, Sluta, the fine Suez the line, Nishchai, Dolcecha de Progane, Juval stay, Senya Dunya Shinus and Celtic. And Natalie Ross, the Fiach in the final stakes, and Orson Jacinta, Elika, Doherty, the Val. But what a delivery that was into the box. It was just begging for someone to put their head in it.
Yeah, it was a first-class delivery, you know, right into the danger area where the goalkeeper doesn't know whether to, you know, stay or come. But, you know, nobody there to take advantage for Celtic. And, you know, it's the best opportunity so far in the game.
And possibly highlighting the weakness that Celtic have. If they had a natural centre-forward there, Natalie Ross was hesitant. She was in the box, but she didn't go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Natalie Ross, I've seen her play over the years. You know, she's a midfield player. You know, she's not got that natural instinct to go and be in the 6-yard box. And as you say, if they had that, they might be 1-0 up in this game.
Maar is geen genieel Charlie Welling, Zach, Celtic decent zit. Was het, she is geredding, downrig, Dijkje Turl. Het mag als de skipper, she doen was dat schön. En dan zag je die Hwyl ac i gian y sio, bawl y chintarsing fa brachtach, edegol sŵas yn o'i Rangers gyw. Ac y chiad chastan y hwyrach ydd Sian ni the fasydd falab, agos haast y ffeid ysio chiad tyl, mitag leis y faw, ys hi fysyn gyro. Lychyd oedd y Rangers chiach ydd cwl o gyloen y gian. Nielsen am ysmwynio y faw. Thompson va sach san juk na gach an trichke hi wesen sach dun an ruteken ek dera edon na paatke Robertson with Ash and all up give Birmingham City the days on a high Later Rowden Hannick vo Duisburg to get a much Dowrick Paul look at an original stick of Celtic Ashworth Clifford na miss Gaheisha maar 100 komen zeg Juvi, je kunt de stuk aan de box toe delen. Wees het er een is McLaughlin. Hij is Richard McLaughlin in Chinema. Hij is de Savelig, de Poshang. Natalie Ross. Rashko. Ashford Clifford. I guess we may get a good chin for Brogan Hay. A horse kick Celtic, kick Glasgow City, miss kick Rangers. Rashko Hayes. So die eerste bal hard, als je nog een laat open gekocht, Jacinta, hoe verder ging. Oké, gaat je voor jullie mee aan de paard, kustig die Jan O'Noorsen. I guess Hayes tarsing geskippeld. Hay. Ashworth Clifford, via die parken gedaan, Brogan Hay. Mr. Herculeus and a local tarsing. Determined play from Brogan Hay there, Susanna. You can almost see the lift she's got by being part of the national setup. She's just a bit more confident.
Yeah, I think so. You know, she's not scared to, you know, use a trick or two in the wide area to try and get the ball in for her team. But I think so far it's going to be an interesting battle between her and Ashworth Clifford. You can see that both of them probably prefer going forward and not that defensive aspect of the game.
Ashworth Clifford le bal through the line is give Larissy on a shot. Canadianach. Hedi Tai, Shinachin and Ish. Livy Chance. Jesurin Yishu, you know. Vies Jachay Krog a Machada the boxer. Purinte Jacinta Tati and Shinavarach. Sam Kerr. That Beck and Kuchin for the line of Gianna Rangers. Gahut Kel Miller in the parket. Riordan, here he is a quick attention fast scorer. It's an Orson Shachat. This is the ball that Celtic can't get right, Suzanne. Every time it's a long ball, but invariably it's too long and it's cutting out Larissy and Jacinta. They're not getting them into the game as they should. Yeah, in that example there, you know, it's obviously been, you know, drilled into them that that's the game plan, but it absolutely wasn't the right option there. You know, the ball should have been into feet and just keep possession. You know, when you're on the pitch, you've got to see the game for what it is at that point in time and adapt. Natalie Ross, Gascula Yamachko, Chloe Craig, Duval, Nashko Hayes, Ashworth Clifford, Gairi Dusach, whoa, Jackson Alliance. Weet je de Falki nach Jachach, but Mochtaich Celtic, come along, Lee, Gamakina, could you have a Alliance Hushin? Looked like a handball. Yeah, it's absolutely a handball. You know, she's obviously not went with that intention, but her arms are out from her body and she stopped the ball from going out to the wide area where Celtic had some time and space. Bit of a strange decision, that one. Riordan, fiechan die tonsach van een goede die is. Is gaan je dat doen? Wat zeg je namens je? Baul te lemach. Nou, ik heb maar jullie gauw. McLaughlin hier ik was het McKenna wat veel meer gaat als je steekt op middag. Boor goed je nog lichtje Rangers, het al terug een lichtje tuurtje. Goed, wie is Sam Kerr, de gronke gemaakt door Danielsen. McCoy, tjoendag te bemoeien ook zeg je. Ashworth Clifford, Listje. Jacinta. Fiechan de golas terug aan de boksen. Agus Calach Pinera te zien Deval. Craig kan zijn broertje niet vastgeren. Jacinta het telection in. Nee, Paul de Perich wichtje het daar. Die fijn kutje gewoon is. Weet je de Kellische game komen dat talk het erbij. U ziet het gelukkig dat Celtic. Calach een keer op boer nog kan gaan. Het de game gaat te gaan. Ash kan alleen het zien. Ashworth Clifford. Cassen skippelt het. Nou is waste. Nice skills from Ashworth Clifford, Suzanne, but again, there may have been better options there for her to play one of the forwards through.
Yeah, great feat to get away, but you know the distance from the goal, I don't think that was the right option. I think even she had time and space in front of her to drive forward with the ball and then maybe get a shot away. I don't think she's ever going to beat Essen from that distance.
Sam Kerr en Oorsenle, Rowan Kerr. En je Kerr nille. Nou, zeg het heel goed, jongens, de mag. Davison, here's Cornet. He's going to fall off to the Vokse. Larissy. Davison stay the cool, and you're like a bit first to look at that now, you Celtic hat now. Look at that on a smooth, and a swatch of it. I guess it's crew, you know. McLaughlin, got your ear dash, okay. Ze die is voor Impie, neem ik Taylor Otto, als je nog de mag, zijn zaterdag sterk. Als je dat aan ik wil, Racing Louisville, komen ze goed meer aan de paard, goed. McLaughlin, well, start, voel het niet Celtic, McLaughlin, kom aan het touw. Gewoon nog de geel, tjenneren. Jacinta, tjoen dat geval af, moet ook goed. Dus Noorsen kan ook al zo is. Vinjan Ma, die is fijn het asje. Jacinta, Jenon op een groeile heen. Kan ik haar laten zien bij de cool hun de Javal. Dus Karem Noorsen, even al zeggen. De bal hier te voor Taylor Otto of hem even een schaar naar de mag van een goal. Hier is Lischka, goed gaat dat in. Cornet. De Gala de Schulu. Listje als een vlugje. Zie je de Livy Chance. Een paar in de geel. each of the college of Farrow, Chloe Craig, if you can the Shinnigal, Lee Ross, Line Shahuri, is each of the Penasahuk, Sunshin. Fullashach, you can the shit, line for Smart Garchan. Cornets, Brogan Healy, Barach Room, na head of the ice, Khadish, Sharawashkid, Hajana. A bit worrying from a Celtic perspective there, Suzanne, the amount of room that Brogan Hay had time to get the ball under control, look up and pick it across.
Yeah, exactly. She had far too much time here over on the right hand side just to, get her head up and get the cross in. And fortunately for Celtic, there was no one in a Rangers shirt there to attack the ball.
Rangers yn storage y le mae'r game iddo gol. A fat o farach yn y chwychyd y fi achgus yna agos y coed nes colich iddo si a tyl a sio ein. Hey, iddo faw with Ella. Ysgyddo just a good cornets. Lee Ross, Vinach, dwi'n agos dweud mytag a chwyd I baw. In the pocket. Kerr. Nielsen. Rusik Taylor Otto and more and yet and Gabalda Dashwick but Koi Brachtach Suas na hoe ik het ha. Look at that Jamaican. No we too like it decent sir. Had de Koens in Jane Ross geen check over de zin. Natuurlijk hoe het is een kemmetje. Winning Rangers in de Celtics League. In deze ga je goed nog. En tul spullen in je 3 kemmetje. Maar zie. Dus pick and to goal on a shot. De Essen. I guess took some Collar, Ashworth, Clifford. I guess Shinnetal, Shechat. I guess a man. Good awareness there from Larissy. She didn't give up on that and it almost ended up costing Rangers a problem at the back.
Yeah, no, that's one thing about both Larissy and Jacinta. They'll chase every ball right down and, just there again, not sure it was the right option. I know the natural thing to do when the goalkeeper's out is to do that, but, I think potentially the wrong option there again.
Laughlin. Sheffield, Ashford, Clifford, Robertson, and Susu, and again a chain from McLaughlin. Hier is strafbal Riordan to dash the Rangers. Hey. The Taran Yamach for me and Yolene Giant, and the Rangers Prague out of the shin at the Tash in the path. The Ish got Doherty, Garagadash stake of Cornet, tag, Skulik of Brogan Hay, Shuhu Leclone, guy for Smart, Norson, Hanalina, Shechat at Ashford, Clifford, and this the Ish finishing the Rangers, Taylor Otto, Basketball who is on Celtic. Corner to least find pockets the room. Ball Tarsi van McLaughlin. McCoy. Garagadash. Got broken. Nurigi in there. Bijna fall off Surinja. Shechat. In the vantage Tarsting. Rangers stop Ashkiriish. But again, Susan, patient play from Rangers. But prepared to just make those passes in small tight areas until the opportunity arises.
Yeah, it's good interchange from Rangers. But I think there again, Brogan Hay could she have just hit that with her left foot when it gets rolled back to her? Maybe not, maybe a bit too much pace on it, but Rangers moving the ball well in the final third and particularly down this right hand side, good combinations and causing Celtic problems.
In the Celtic fine amach is as skipper machine you Verna either and look at that Gian is G-shick and out. Doherty. Nielsen. Hayes sy'n gwylio'r ei ddifhaw. Statwch ydi news ysyn. McLaughlin. Mwyd oedd ffyrle Doherty ydy ddifel. Eisiau ffeinc tor gan y fawl ei dwysa. Sydd i ish. God y fwgsa. Hed y fy mwygi. McLaughlin. Yn y ffalaf o Ross y drap sy'n Drew fawl. Agos Drew laf cwtioch bo Tajanar. Gain y ffalaf o'r gwtig sy'n y gol ysteg y post y chwl. Ni mwyd y glec Celtic. Safol y cwt mych chi enw ysyn. Doherty. Gwmal y ni'n pi y dol. Agos Hayes y fawn y sy'n y gysych. Gain y ffalaf. Robertson. Sŵr y cwt mych ysyn. Fara Manishek. Ashworth Clifford. Gwch y cael nil yn y path cy. Sbwys a bawl sy'n colwch Larasi. Gwyd y siachat y ddesyn ys chai leca. Agos tyfa mwy y bocs y ro. Cars mwy y fys y sio. Cwtioch gam yn afarys. Dig esyn. Just outside the area.
Yeah. Yeah, it was outside the area. Again, you know, it looks as if it's too far ahead of Larissy, but she gets the toe on it first. I'm not sure if there is contact there or not. Need to see it again. She definitely gets to the ball first.
And the goalkeeper pulls out of that.
Yeah, there's no touch at all. Yeah, but Celtic getting into, you know, a dangerous area there, and now a good chance with the free kick.
Wel, dim Victoria S yn y fydd y banc y Lochnish sy'n y chorgen y gem. Hyd chars fwy agos coram y shot y Celtic drwch y tyfu mwy y fwgsa. Cerad as y bala. Agos Van Alonso. Lefech Kane iddo ddiachig. Dys i cer y folchig i'ch Stuart Broadfoot. Mafres gybi chwosyn sy'n gyma che mas bi y gem sy'n siachat. Essen. Dyn nhw'n cynnych gyfel balach gysio mae'r gyr i. Cerad awn. Robertson. Agos Jacinta. Mas cwn y fwyl yn Celtic. Sfafr eich chan yn dwys o'n Jacinta. Am o'r ungi hwgal siachat y bala. Ni gacel ag Robertson. O hwgal chan y post y chwl. Agos y goprig sy'n. Yn Celtic. Ichyd. Alweer de hele gedachte stij. Agos cael sio twgstio mwyn at y hwgsio go Hayes. Niet wie staat als tune dat ze box. Gedachte go Lisa Robertson. Bal artelig in de stij. Agos gemig mittag. Fijn gaan de shin orba. Ik het aan de koele. Taylor Otto persoonlijk je vedi draag al het middagse pi. Zo twgstio go Natalie Ross. Is Celtic af in de jongens die gemalen tol is die gemig Hannah Davis en de vis maatje Kjarstes Larissy in de koele. Better spell for Celtic, Suzanne.
Yeah, better spell. I'm very surprised they never had a shot at goal there from that free kick. Really strange decision. You know, a chance to get a shot and target and at least work the goalkeeper. But you know, as you say, better from Celtic, better balls, giving Larissy and Jacinta a chance to get onto them and get them up the pitch.
Cwma to siogaf gyda Danielson, Eddie Val, the Rangers, bal tarsing with ele, Caitlin Hayes as a rated, Jacinta, diolch yn dysgu coron y hwgal, cwtio med Doherty Eddie Val. Eerst drwy de Chinook Rangers, via geen die goed te kunnen groeien. Ashka McLaughlin. Is het de vallen nu dinges Gies. Cornet, de goal stegen en de box, dat gaan je Chinook. Hayes, skipper de Celtic. Hakor Jamach. Is het via geen die Suus, UNC Larissy. agus a dhís. Drain you leor, a son a sua again for Davison. Righteous mean you could do it. Again, Suzanne, she thought she had done enough and looked like the final touch might have come off Davison as well.
Yeah, exactly. They don't give anything up front. You know, that is the asset that Larissy and Jacinta bring. You know, they'll chase down everything, even when the Rangers defenders think, you know, they've comfortably got it. They'll be on their toes, you know, chasing down every ball for their team.
All are to the ish van a cool like Rangers. Ashworth Clifford for you. Ogan Hayes toch tuned the Duv Kerr, Sam Kerr, the goal stick and the box to Kagara get that. Cara Michelle! Agus the ish Cass as a rod. Chloe Craig had upset in the Steven Clear. Agus Jules Coram the Rangers Judach and Narvata Smunyan Karwata to the Hosha. And it's again with the start they do how. Jacinta in the penalty. This triple to show Martinez in it. Gary Kishin Matrim. Puchtig, Giach Paul na Troma. Agus Kokola. But at the other end, Suzanne, I think it's Chloe Craig that does really well here, tucking in from the side and making sure that there's not a clear opportunity there for Rangers. Yeah,
it was great awareness from Chloe Craig, seeing the danger and coming in to, you know, prevent probably an almost goal for Rangers. But it's probably the first time I think that Sam Kerr has went beyond in the whole game, and you know, you see the threat she poses when she does that. You know, running beyond the strikers and cutting the ball into a great area for her team. But you know, Chloe Craig, she's an experienced player, saw the danger and cut it out to keep the game goalless.
Kashvuya Shin Kuchak on Jacinta. It's on a new see Vashin of Martinez. Jacinta with Chile Gadash for the Cascas and Da Yemeson. Already Hollish and Hurti as a game and now Spartans. But a Jacob here late. I guess Celtic at the Lamachas a hoekbal Ashen at Tipping Penish. Hayes, so it's got Ross, tuned like a man, fall of an here, look at that, I is Norsen, Kashwee, Yisha Kucha, Park out Brock, Estate, and Sam Kerr. It's a couple of quick yellow cards for Celtic there, Suzanne Jacinta, and then Natalie Ross having turned away well from Mittag for that follow-through challenge on Sam Kerr.
Yeah, I didn't think both were yellow cards, to be honest. You know, Natalie Ross is turned there. She's not even seeing Sam Kerr, you know, coming in to take the ball, and she's stretching for the ball. I think that's a harsh one. And, you know, the same with Jacinta, it's two players challenging for the ball. You know, I think, yeah, let's not hope that now the referees, you know, started the trail of giving out the yellow cards in this game.
Well, through the goal against Tigan Alio, Rechimarha. Essen Jickley Rangers, I guess on a pick and Vinachin. Jacinta, he was Natalie Ross, Celtic Kuchak. And I guess Robertson, Jeff College, Aina Mach. Dawn Salia Kane. Kayla McCoy, I guess Cogan get all there, should he? Lachlan is Satagasjach, I guess O'Riordan. Kus in Piora. Berger each of it. Mittag, as Kuhn Shaw with it. O'Riordan, Stay Kumal Sule McCoy. Davison, Mr. Nielsen. Fair the Shavala in his Jach. Gish. Savala, like Celtic. Ashworth. Clifford, and there's Jacinta. Mittag Maha. Gedich. Gohei. And Gassadish, Larissy, Gagutcha Falavo. Corner to the other box. Gasavali Mavatajana. Boniki Doherty Boasta. Piavagad, Orashib, Tail Skunya, the Vishinach. Jackley Celtic, Janakina Kaduri Lava the shot. If that goes in, it's contender for goal of the season, Suzanne, but it's easy save for Tajana.
Yeah, straight down the middle, but a wonderful strike from Nicola Docherty. She's more than capable from range, but a great save from the goalkeeper.
Rangers to Crocker Doris, Cornet. Here's Ashworth Clifford, Jeff Tolley, China Fallab, the Gachas to Pete. Celtic, Edain Yaviana Parke, Uadela, Craig, Genourtis, Satet Poshanyan, Larisi, Gumalan Rui, Gumalaway Gian, Rangers trying Hula Koramayevi. Nail it. Jeez, I don't know. Galú some the Boshan shows in Celtic. Just into Howlishin Kuchak. Shofara Gehechtriel Paravel Celtic de vi Kunotach, but the Panoshan Sur Vulle, Shachate Hulatinia, the Humalasteka, Chilia Dashka Chloe Craig, the Houndag, God of Oksevik, I guess Hanuring. Riordan Kusain de Shinach Vironka Gemach. And Alonso, Nolan Pasture Cool Green. Jesachus and Giat or others and Clicketa and Akiro Leunia. McLaughlin. Riordan, Saranta the Fasake. Ashworth Clifford, Ryan Suiska Robertson. Shock gemaakt, Kunatach wel Celtic, via die oprige gemaakt van een goelach. En te fijn Aslish. Chance. Nu nog de Gavi, chance en nog een Kiri is in. Die is chance oprige vallen van Kunat. Albert Olmach, Duval Kata. Craig, Susalina, hier van de Rinta Jacinta, Kumalachje en Shinner Kusachken in Australië nog zich hier leed. Picking a star Vinach in addition to that, and so the East Cornet goes to the follow-ups, continue Kumal Sulora. Ashworth Clifford got Aina Ashkata, the East Giri Kus to Larsi, Drapat Harot, Edelmura. As we approach half time, Suzanne, I guess for varying reasons. The managers will be happy in some respects. Mulkey Thompson will be happy that they've dominated most of the possession. They'll want to have done more with it, and Fran Alonso will presumably be happy to get in without conceding that first goal.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's no doubt Rangers have dominated the first half, but they haven't really shown the quality in the final third. Maybe a couple of glimpses from Brogan Hay, and then that one where Sam Kerr went beyond. But other than that, they've not caused Celtic huge problems. As you say, I think Fran will be happy to get in 0-0 because I do think as well Celtic have showed that they are capable of creating that chance. They just need to be better in possession, get more support up to the two up top. But yeah, as we thought before the game, it's been very tight and not much between the teams.
Bill Until Caviandra Leunia, Rangers a Puchtigus and Chin, Chelsea Cornet, Oprige Machke Brogan Hay. McLaughlin en Cool, ga geen vee met Jorre. Toch een lijn die is goed. Ik weet de bal nog de sten als traaien. En zei de opbrug Ashke Chelsea Cornet. Nishko Richard McLaughlin. I guess shot at the batch of Tarsing. And again, Suzanne, you'd have to look at Brogan Hay there and wonder why she doesn't get the ball across quicker.
Yeah, exactly. She's beat the defender, just get it in, low and hard across the face of the goal. Coming back again to, Rachel McLaughlin, who is more than capable from that range, but Celtic have almost restricted to Rangers from the long distance shots in the first half so far.
Marky Thompson y Kyrie brogan hebi just picking a stanion or a yevi stegen siach inshin. Pamela Tajinar le saval kutmach kutja vo Nicky Doherty. Minute Varach Gaviakin ek jedig Kiet le. Skip at Rangers Nicky Doherty. Jachen de skip back je vluchtig zoes. Kyrie Dul a shore le Unie. Natalie Ross. König uit Karsboeie. Heen agus just in tap Femi. To be fachtig lag het lustig. De Junsi en machine me aan de paadje. Middag. De Hyundai Mach. Doherty. Wel lelijk en tarsing. Zeg het de goede tinje. Agus Mach. De gepast met Jedig. Hier Rangers. Ze tres paars kunnen vaart. En ze wonen een minute. De Gunje Varach Gashin. De Chien zit vallen. Riordan is wel naar Lauwen. Swisselene. Agus Shine. En die is heen Kokown. Karamachar en Nicky Doherty. Agus ishe Lishanurpa Shin Blaster Sabalu Mavo Pamela Tajinar Kata Jikle Mexican of Celtic Afshechati Vachi Tarsing Tar open de Biachkis na Dina with Yahoo Victoria is in heen le Kashbuye na Haniki Machas de Boxe Wachke Clara Sekat na Ro Sueg de Woor aan Mava Sueg Gitchit Agus Shinnikelig Shoik Broadfood Culture has the fair de Hier Rangers in Yoni Celtic in Yoni.
Wel a cúsin cúil an ag le a chuúne ma haspi sin leis tuvis de caian thuach leis darna le. Nes gan an áras ag an lé a chuúne sin dul chleintí go té an clúcha an ag Rangers té a clúcha an na main pathca té ag go bhfuil 4 scíalach me a bé agus a tríocht an na balcóise. Seo go bhaneist, Tessel Middag.
Play Champions League qualification games for the first time in history. The title we won last year, so there's a lot of sort of firsts I can experience here, and that's a very exciting part of being a Rangers player.
You joined Rangers at the start of last season from Fiorentina after spells in Netherlands and England. What attracted you to joining Rangers?
The first contact came about through Kevin Murphy, the assistant coach, who unfortunately for us anyway has left us now, but he is the one that made the contact happen in the first place. They were looking for a six, for a midfielder, and we know each other from our time at Man City. So that's how the first contact came about, and then obviously I had chats with Amy and with Marky. And the whole project appealed to me, and I thought I could see myself living in Glasgow and playing for Rangers. I think would be a good move for me, both as a football player and as a person. Yeah, it was an amazing first season, and for me personally it was great to be able to play so many games, which was what I was looking for. You mentioned the different spells I had before at different clubs, but I felt like I never really found my feet in terms of playing regularly and playing well. So in terms of really enjoying my football and getting my confidence back after my injuries, I felt like Rangers has given me the perfect platform to get all that back.
Is this the most consistent game time you've had since the injuries?
Yeah, especially since the injuries, yeah. So I've had it before I got injured, and then it took me a little while to find, well, first of all, to find the right place as well and the right environment to be able to perform at my best. But yeah, it's also a bit of a confidence thing within yourself, finding your feet again. And yeah, I definitely feel like I've found that as soon as I joined Rangers last year.
You also signed a contract extension in July. Pleased to sign for another couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely. Great sign of confidence from the club as well, and I'm turning 30 in a month's time, so it's also nice to have a little bit of security. Especially in women's football, they're usually quite like short-term contracts. So I'm happy to be able to sign for 2 years. So that's giving me a bit of stability and security, and especially after having moved quite a lot in the last years, moving not just within countries but between countries. It's quite nice to know that you're settled for at least 1.5 more years, and then we'll see what happens after. Experienced the Dutch league, the English league, the Italian league, and now the Scottish league. I would say out of them 4, the English league is the best one, the most professional one. There's a lot of competitiveness between teams. It's very difficult to win. So in terms of the challenge, that's probably was the highest in the English league. In terms of it's probably quite similar, the Dutch league, the Italian league, the Scottish league. It's just like football styles are probably a little bit different, but in terms of the quality, it is pretty similar. I think it depends a little bit on the opponent you play. It's hard to compare leagues. It's more like the difference, I feel like, is more between clubs in the league than between leagues. In general, you can say that the Scottish league is a bit more physical. The Dutch league is very most players are very technical and tactical, pretty strong. And in Italy, I've just experienced a bit like different playing styles that I was used to. In Holland, almost every team plays 4-3-3. In Italy, there was a bit more variety. And here in the Scottish league, I feel like things are going in the right direction. Clubs are becoming semi-professional and professional. And hopefully that will continue, because we all want a competitive league. And I also wish for my peers, my colleagues, that everyone can be a fully professional athlete like we are at Rangers. Unfortunately, that's not the case at every team in the Scottish league, but I would like that to be the case as soon as possible, just so we can overall increase the level of Scottish women's football. As a player, you can only do so much yourself. You can try and be the best football player you can be, and put good performances on the park. But it's always great if more forces sort of come together, whether it's media, clubs, the SFA, the association. If all those stakeholders almost, or parties involved, really invest in women's football, then you can grow something together, grow the product together, if you like. And I think that should be the end goal, to improve the football, to make it as appealing as possible, for the wider population of football fans in Scotland. We know that there are loads of them, because they turn up every single week at men's football games. It's just how can we get them to fill the women's stadiums as well. And it's gonna take everyone involved to work together, and to increase the attendances and the quality of the game.
How good was it to be back playing in the Champions League?
Yeah, great. I've been fortunate enough to play Champions League for Man City and for Fiorentina. It's always special to play in Europe, playing at an international level. For the first time in Rangers club history, that's always special too. And we're just very unfortunate not to be able to qualify for the group stage, but that would have been a massive achievement for the first time that we even play Champions League. But I think we did very well in order by qualifying for the sort of the second round of the qualification group stage. So it's a pretty tough sort of route, almost, from being champions, winning the league, to qualify for the group stage. yeah, you have to be a bit lucky with who you face as well. So in Greece we played 2 like knockout games as well. So it could have been like, if things don't fall your way, like it could have been over even before we played the playoffs against Benfica. So it's tough, and the fact that we were so close, we made it into extra time away in Portugal. Yeah, made it difficult to accept, but it is the stage that we wanna play at, and it's one of the goals that the club has set out for the women's team as well. That we wanna, just like the men's team, be present in Europe. So yeah, hopefully we can make it happen next season or in the seasons ahead. I do feel it's a bit harsh that only 16 teams get to qualify for the group stage of the Champions League, and that there's no Europa League or Conference League like there is in the men's game. I think it would be brilliant for us to be able to play internationally still, even if it's not maybe on Champions League level, but yeah, for like in a sub-top competition like the Europa League for the men's game. But who knows what UEFA will come up with in the next years.
You also have a domestic cup final coming up as well. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing at Tynecastle Park as well. I've played there once with the national team. Sorry to say, but we knocked out Scotland in the World Cup qualifier. Sorry. And for us as a team, it's a great opportunity, to win a trophy. Before the first half of the season is even played. So yeah, we're hugely motivated, especially because we were knocked out twice of the 2 cup tournaments last season. So hopefully we can win the cup and get one of the 3 trophies that we would like to win this year. In the cabinet.
So looking back to the weekend, Glasgow City, first drop points, first goal conceded in the league this season. A fantastic run the team had been on, but that was, I suppose, also the first really strong test of the team in the league.
Yeah, in the league for sure. With all the Champions League games we played, I felt like we did have our tests earlier in the season as well. We had to be at our best quite early in the season. So I think that does help us to prepare in the best possible way for those big games against Glasgow City and Celtic. And like I said, I felt like we turned up last Sunday. We weren't shy. We all wanted to get on the ball. The same is needed come Saturday.
Is there a lot of pressure going into those games because they can define a season? I would also like to think that we don't really prepare too differently for a Glasgow City or a Celtic game than for any of the other games, because we, even against Hibs, we only won 1-0, so you can't really expect to win every other game. You always need to have that right focus, and with that comes a little bit of nerves and a bit of tension. But of course, there's always a bit more even media attention going into in the lead up to the bigger games. But I quite enjoy that, to be honest. Those are the type of games that you want to play as a footballer, and you want a bit of tension.
Somnyd agus sin agus I fyt y ddys agus slan ffalang game y cort y ddys o yn olapa ag Rangers. Suzanne Lappin called the room to shot Sean Fleet at Glasgow City agus yn olapa Suzanne. It's pretty much the kind of game we expected, a bit of a stalemate and a lot of efforts from long distance, typified by this one, the closest probably of the first half from Nicky Doherty.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, the game is played out the way we thought, you know, very tight, not much between the sides, but, you know, this long distance effort, you know, Nicola Doherty, she's scored a few of them in her career so far, and, you know, she probably thought she'd done it again, but a great save from the Celtic goalkeeper, because it's game, you know, she's probably seen it late and she's managed to tip it over the bar. But as you say, it's, you know, it's sort of what Celtic have limited Rangers to so far in this game so far.
There's been a lot of good build-up play from Rangers, but they just lack the final pass, the final touch and the final third to give them a lead.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's almost that sort of creative factor in midfield. You know, I'm not seeing much of that. It's all, you know, very the same, and you know, patterns of play seem the same, and out wide to Brogan Hay and past the defender and a cross into the box, and the same on the other side. I'd like to see them play through the middle more, you know, quick interchange, little through passes, and you know, we've seen it once I think when Sam Kerr went beyond, but other than that, you know, it's very predictable almost from Rangers, and you know, you could say the same for Celtic on the opposite side.
Well, Celtic, the strikers have been living off scraps. It's been very difficult for Larissy and Jacinta to get into this game.
Yeah, it has been very difficult. You know, there's a clear game plan from Celtic on that. You know, it's get the ball into the channels for both of them to get onto, which they are more than capable of, as we've seen. You know, they don't give up in any ball, and when they do win it, they cause problems. But you know, there's not much in the way of midfield support backing them up when they do win the ball. But you know, the quality needs to be better from Celtic in the final third, and they need to, you know, hold on to the ball a lot more than they're doing so far.
And something else that may be occupying the mind of Fran Alonso, Natalie Ross on a yellow card, and just the kind of player she is, very combative. That may be something he might have to think about with this second half in mind.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You know, I thought it was at the time a pretty unfair yellow card. You know, she's a midfield player, she's turned away, and you know, Sam Kerr's nipped in front of her, and the referees flashed the yellow card, which, as you say, Natalie Ross, it's probably, you know, the biggest asset in our game is our tough tackling and our winning the ball back for our team. And you know, one late challenge and the way the referee's giving out the yellow cards, she is walking a bit of a tightrope at the moment.
And with the players coming back onto the pitch, Suzanne, you just had a feel with this game that one goal's maybe going to decide it.
Yeah, I think so. The way it's played out in the first half, I think, you know, I think at the top of the programme we spoke about, you know, getting that first goal. I think now we're into the second period. You know, it's crucial whoever gets the first goal, I can see going on to win the game.
Uiteindelijk Rangers een mooie pick in Australië. Hij zat Jessica gegeven zo'n Darley. Hoop ik geveer die Celtic haast de mag. Ik ga nille. Hij is een klik daar in check Rangers haast. Ik heb belachelijk heen. Ik heb het al farne paard gehaast. Rangers subs still warming up, and you do feel, Suzanne, that if Malky Thompson has to go to the bench, she does have a bit more experience there, a bit more choice with the likes of Kirsty Howard especially, and Lizzie Arnott.
Yeah, exactly. Two experienced players who've played at the highest level, very capable from a goal scoring point of view as well, and you know, he might give this 10 or 15 minutes and he might look to make that change and freshen things up top.
Celtic in is Geno Sliemach kuchach je pick and Azana Mikin of Rangers. Which make a little arg is the PS skipach is in a small is the is chat. Je gaat een pick and plaag in is van Chigas en Darley. Lorraine Watson of Rachel de Macht. Malky Thompson het asje de Vengi Akisen. Kulit in je Cheshire en Toshachuk. Ach, ik het aan Celtic Haska laag heen in de Duval. Kirsty Howard. Geno Sliemach en Bengi Rangers. Maveriska Function must be game mach Jacinta. Eid Carsbouille, agus by Celtic gekeerde parach eigen van Australië nach Sudara le maas en dat ook aan de 3 punten in de show nog. Kishal is dan Toshachuk, maar Sudara le. Kele McCoy, parach in je nog, fatach geskafa korrigeen. Game aan je dasketop. Is a Machling. Watson could have done a good top. Savinac. The ball. The tag. Passing pass to Brogan Hay. Haka. Kumalaste. Yacha. Muringi. And it's off to find Caramilla. Taylor Otto to the Keenan Nakangi. To the good to see and was taking the box. Tjan de Soleni die val. Hij zo'n begin duw, zit al als je duw willen. Is een rij Giannis en houtje gevallig gelet dat karma warrig en klik dat Gian. Daar is een goede, dat de geen bal of goed zeggen. Is Harsing en dus Shina Tachertje die is le Chelsea Cornet. Skip in. Ac I fewn, diolch i cwna ffalach i'r eist. Martinez, ga gronk u weer tegen de been gaan finishen nach Lisa Robertson pick karach get er een is middag ga Paul Tukstum ko Livy Chance Jacinta tegen de Goltroya en jullie loke Joris en fijn dat je met Hannah Davis in Qatar. Early encouragement for Celtic at the beginning of the second half, Suzanne, but Jacinta just didn't have the pace to get away from Davison there.
Yeah, no, she didn't have the pace to get away, but I think, you know, the weight of the pass as well could have been, you know, a bit better from, I think it was Chance playing the ball through, but as you say, you know, Celtic transitioning a bit better.
Koi, Kagara Gadash, Kerr, Agasava Lagela Batajana, Shakate Vachitarsing. And with the game opening, Susanna just broke from one end to the other, and that was a very good save again from the Celtic goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a great save from the goalkeeper, but it was great play from McCoy. You know, she's recognised that Sam Kerr's arriving into the box, and, you know, she connects with it well. But again, the Celtic goalkeeper a match for it in this occasion.
Kerr, Gronku, Edadoris, Trasa Darali, the Washington Tarsing, agus Farolina, Lisa Robertson, I'm swinging the hood, Farolina. And just dol fast get the east, blocking a cool with the sewer, get Vanchali Achkas and Kunan to Shinta Celtic. And Yeltsin, Fiachan the Shinus, Yukumalatoli, the Vaulach after the ball with Chadashko, Robertson. So the east chase it up a few months. Joel was actually going to be Kutsumako, Falaking in the park at the Celtic. So the foul line, Udashik Caston. Lisa Robertson at the centre of that, Susanna, and I think she got the decisive touch here to stop this goal-bound effort.
Yeah, I think she did. Saved it with her head and then got the ricochet back and cleared the lines for her team. I think it was McCoy with the header. But Lisa Robertson, such a huge player for Celtic, key to, you know, everything they do. She pretty much orchestrates it in the midfield for them, and, you know, they'll be thrilled to have her back in a green and white jersey this season.
Dat kwam hier is in de bouw gesoos de lijnen kan voor het clipper dat ga ik jaren passen wij hier hè. Maar zie, er is die kare bouw gaat gewoon een hoekje daar je. Miss Davison gaan soos kom McCoy to hoe le project gaat goed gaan plezier haast. Otto met daar er goed staat er. Is Livy Chance skip weer cool. Ashworth Clifford, Suez Selenico, Jacinta, Paolo de Golomarketa. Jacinta, fijn, Jacqueline hier de Gogen nu winnen. Weet je, dat is het al Shachat. Doherty. And Ashford Cornet, Coit and Girdage, here through a current round, George Ash, the Livy Chance. Riordan. Otto the East, the crew in McCoy. Robertson, was still well haast, yeah, the Gesoos line of Carotinian, St Celtic. Sam Kerr, well, they keer close it from McCoy, I guess, what did Ravishin. But 5 minutes into the second half, Suzanne, it does look like the game is more open. It's already a lot better than it was in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. It's certainly opened up, you know, space and opportunity for both teams early in this second half, which, you know, is good. It's better to see, you know, players taking the ball forward, you know, being more creative and more advanced in their play.
Hips and Sheila give Taylor Otto Hissy the balls have won to Rangers score him after the line Celtic is Jackie Douche and Qatar. Thompson and Coin really chiquilio or Lishna Franken van the Clucket and I get they can triplet shot like Martinez had the goal Mulko clear in the pathke. He was in had coolest Liasic go triple check stoch of all stegen a game set. He should find code they half at that game at the length of late. Robertson, through McGiddy Gitchian from McLaughlin, Santa Bishop the Celtic of his own. Gill, Lisa Robertson could be Kutzmach the Celtic. Gerald Sakish, me and a path kiss a Horgan a game set. Ashworth Clifford, the Hadish, Gius McCunyev. I'm not really fine a machas a dear Kenshin. Care. That's the ish Machi Duval. Van Alonso, tuned the cool the game. Political at hast, control Kalashachas. He said you will Karamas Komasachkevo, the Penoshing Sur William Casson, Richard Rutanainacha. Kolach and Hela, Bullock Rierishla, Rankin Kiri and Kukitan Energy Galamax at 10. Yes, He's Count finishing is Chloe Craig, Kadraki, Nasacha follow up. Martinez, Zadash, Wesson, Zadij, Valarisi, with Kafakura. Nielsen, Skulik, Pasika Tuvel in the park is the Leish, Suva Brogan Heka, like Lisa Robertson. Ashworth Clifford, the Vimugi. Robertson Kairi Yadash, Karamaki, Paul Hook at the Stech shot. Martinez follow up. Ashworth Clifford, Kahoka, like a Safjida, stick up, Brolia Hessen. Just a half chance there for Celtic. The clearance just falling for Ashworth Clifford, but it's straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, again, you know, it's been the story of the game so far. Most of the shots at either end have been straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. But, you know, it was good play from Ashford Clifford on her toes, you know, nicked in and taking the ball from Brogan Hay and getting the shot on goal.
Kert, Junebach, in the pathket, Achco McLaughlin. Cornet. Kind of Ashford Hay. Lisa Robertson, the Viest, Stoch Benedil, I guess Davison, Karen Gown, the Shafasavich in the Ashko, Essen Hannig for a line, to Skiplich, Korakaver, Jack Frinas, Shinston Clickitten, Nielsen and Jinamanki Kelnilla, Skin Fast, the Machko Nicky Doherty, Ekibel Room, Tokalik Council, with Balkan of Postahul, Shachate, Hulitin Yakata, and there's a Mach. Player of Nicky Doherty's qualities, and you'd expect her, given the time she had there, to put a better ball in.
Yeah, I think she knows herself. She'll be disappointed in that. As you say, you know, a player of her ability, with that time and space, should be picking out a player in the box. I think she had 3 or 4 to aim at there, and you know, by her standards, it's a really poor cross into the box. Room of the jacket, and Doherty. Davison. English Clark Liat in the path to go. Indeed, can I do well? Care. Hey. Lachlan, I guess Brogan Hay. Die Shadow Helme, douche and Kata. The Dahu Kent of mag gezien in een gat er helm. En dus te veel in de paard vastgepakt. Robertson in de nieuwe route zit. Schöner Schar. Die is Torun, Nicky Doherty is zo uit te zeggen. Zoals God de Volkszaak Celtic. Chris Ryan en je close het McCunyev. En je wil Ashko middag. Nielsen, heel Kara ik goed. Leef, Hayes, Jeva Faniergi. Yes, the ish. Martinez walk the Orison. Keen hang just inside Hashikora.
Yes, as on the block from Harry. Kiri at Brogan Hague on McCunny, Sgather here. Close to Shiniano. Ireland, Junama. Susko Robertson. Ball fat out the east. We do have a Lara Siach to the Ike. I guess I notion of the Fakale lot. Yes, Lara Siam and now it's a kind of some food vape. Each of the little game come on at all. Bal van een goal. De Rangers kunnen namens de Schachate Gulletinje. Nu kreeg ik hier Paragoonje met Kunje. Wacht, de Rasko Hees. Hij is uit die 1-1 aan drippeltje zo. Sam Kerr, een kutje Boeikbe. Voor hem te cornet. Zag Tajana. En hier waar kant al geven. Suzanne Celtic causing their own troubles there. Caitlin Hayes trying to do too much.
Yeah, trying to do too much, but you know, I thought as well, Chloe Craig, you know, it's the wrong option there. You know, go past the wide player, putting her teammate into trouble, and you know, almost caused, you know, a goal for her team.
Yes, Cara Minister Gars with Clifford. Ik kan onmiddellijk gediest. En de bal, maar je maakt het uit. Aardig in het zien van Celtic. En nu ga je zien Gallagher hoe het daar huilen. Nu hakt toch nog een schöne unig. Volle schakka. Alonso het kileo rachen. Wegkaren genieno. Doherty. Coy. En je pakken een goede cool voor Taylor Otto. I guess motion de park en Karashin Kilioris en Kirje naar hier gaat het passen, you know. That is the frustration for Rangers, Suzanne. They're enjoying a lot of the ball, but increasingly it's looking a bit disjointed. They're just failing to find each other at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's almost a bit prescriptive, you know, in terms of what they want to do. You know, they'll take the ball forward a couple of touches, and then it's, you know, if the pass isn't on, they're sort of reverting back the way. You know, there McCoy getting frustrated as well. You know, when she is holding the ball in, she's not really got runners beyond or around her. You know, I think Malky Thompson, you know, in the next 5-10 minutes might think about changing it.
Well, Malky Thompson, Devalach, she gaan Alonso het alleen haarig in de dosje. Haas gaan jullie daar haarig. Als je een champion eentje hekken kooi geest aan Celtic. Geen gaat je kunnen. Lig je daarna geeft Karsten Puye. Toch een beetje een engine van Alonso kutje. Draast haar bouw lachen. Robertson nog schuld in kusje. De Progen hee, ergens een skill dingen wil je gezien voor Progen hee. Fijn, zoals de lijnen. Klisha bal met jeder kollig. Wel hij parach van je einde stay. Ashworth Clifford is the waar, dat gaat skill. And this is the skill that Brogan Hay is capable of, Suzanne.
Yeah, exactly. It's fantastic feat to get away from two Celtic players, and then you know, like to see her keep driving and going past players. You know, and then trying to get the ball in. It's fantastic play, and you know, she'll be frustrated as well that, you know, she's at times got decent deliveries into the box, and there's been no one there on the end of it.
Crossing van een duivel. Inter Celtic wat een keer is zachte gestuurd op een viaal. Ishal. Gede geçen işte ve Davidson hat geöbrig schön trip wat sie. Amerika nog kijken, lekker skipper rechtje toch goed. Na starten is de goalkeeper daar schön aan de zon. Celtic had het denk ik op de paard die duivel gedraast op alle Rangers. Cornet tegen McCoy. Tjundag, agus Tarsing of Oksevik. En je tinje schön Ashworth Clifford. En de seisje voor de fall af van Duval. they're going to lay in McGeedig Maha. Lynch in the skippy in a shot. Colloch got the line here, hurl the shot. Doherty kind of basking at the piece here at Leila Shanu, permission for Aster. Coy Cogan again, check to the Muye Vokes at Celtic. Hayes stay the cool. Huyachig, the Rangers, is the cool, be Dalachas or a show Goulini. He's just picking to wish Katosh who took 2 minutes, check Broadwood. Attack Kumusach when a shores asked the shot, Nelson Kutcher, because he'll not get a ducher, the gas at Duolof. You're Shakate and Wood. Attack. The Shinijak and Lorraine Watson. Oh, Sparavachi tossing. And that's as close as Rangers have got. Susanna, and it's a really good effort from Tessel Middag.
Yeah, it's a fantastic strike. You know, she's did everything right. You know, very unfortunate to see it come back off the crossbar. It's, you know, it's a fantastic free kick, and she's unlucky not to put her team in the lead in this match.
Boshang, Uchinistay. He's going to follow the corner, the cool by Martinez. I guess Bow Vanish Shechat to the bunch of Tarsan Kasabel Jefferson Celtic. Not really boss at all yet, not a bit of Smoonian. I knew she made the hatch of it. There's a quick at that get. Zinta. Maybe the second one of those surprise, but no surprise when that lost to them.
No, I don't think so. But Jacinta as well on a yellow card. So maybe for that reason. And you know, Amy Gallagher has been in good form as well. And you know, she obviously poses a threat up top, maybe a different threat to Jacinta, but you know, I don't think it weakens the Celtic team at all.
Amy Gallagher, Le Dahul, Jackazachai and Hearts, Liv Ferguson, Lisha, placed her, Nila had a Vingiak and the ones up. I guess Shen, wicket a sheen of Maraisaki, Musach had a 2 line as a Gamichin Moore, Kuchak, Lizzie Arnold, shouldn't find. Corley, Cholash Rangers attain Ashkeda Fine in the fact. Listen, we polish Nutiliak and Pepper, and listen, Jay to the use of the Vishin, Mashiki. Cornet. And so these chase Junamano to Nielsen. Larasi has to the fact, Gagisaishi, Nasloy and Jacinta. Oh, Kiatua, Yakiju, she does have the pace to get away from that defence, Suzanne, but her first touch there was too heavy.
Yeah, you know, she did so well to make up the ground. As you say, she's got frightening pace, and you know, she'll be so disappointed with that first touch, because you know, she takes that in her stride there. She's got a free shot on goal.
Ravik, the Rangers, na Huringab, Fankal, and the Suyakumershin. Chinderwata Toshach at Chelsea Cornet. Albert Lamacht and Triplach. McLaughlin the shot fast sichtje. You took al pick and Kutcher. Yes. Let's see if I can get a push to the shin. Hij is galar. Karen Furus the Kutcher game met that. McLaughlin, yes, we meet Chile Gadash, got Davison. Doherty, hij Kirichuk, Barak Kashin, en je pass a pair of niet you a half Celtic at the gut, Dash Craig, Kafakora, bow line, so it's got to see these, Chagas. Marius Yimik, the guest in the Vinatus Kashin. You can see that's a bit of the game plan now for Celtic. They want to get Larissy away early behind the defence, so Essen has to be really on her toes to come off her goal line.
Yeah, she does have to be on her toes, but she's also on a yellow card as well. So, you know, if Celtic get the weight of that pass right, which, you know, so far in the game they've not managed to do, but you can see Lara say she's got the pace to get in behind and cause problems.
Gaan Mille broken hier. Ik heb het schalige trippeltje over de goede delen. Maar wacht je Paul even gaan tasten van een klier. Look at that goal. Yeah, it was Arnott Chinate, and Lizzie Arnott does offer that directness, that goal threat that Rangers have been missing so far.
Yeah, she does. You know, I was surprised to see her on the bench. I know Danielson's been playing well, but I actually think Danielson's more effective from a central area. And you know, we all know what Lizzie Arnott can do out wide. She's capable and direct, very good with both feet, and I'm sure in the next 20 minutes or so we'll see her cause problems for Celtic.
One initiative line Gian Celtic has on. I can speak it minutes number sin had aankel in game Sittley. Arnott to the fat. I guess come sa het shiddivish na share hoogste Kilo McCoy Sevilla. Riordan through his gagner uit zijn maag. Ook al een mag je die wel. Chance. Should we sag as a parallel maar de wheel zo het gezicht tacht na zaskere door kreeg. Kan een val aan de Shigui, gaat Ashik Celtic. Gallagher. Shane. Is weer je Lara Segel gaan de lijn zich maar hey Gianna Shinska jarige dash. Nou. Ik dacht tegen de poek. Ze water zijn. Ashworth Clifford, toch een lijn. Karma Shas toch gediest. Ik het dan Gianna Rangers die in Kleva. Ach Celtic moeilijk. Hier te lijn. Ashworth Clifford drop uit toch een lijn. Gallagher en een van de Pinky. En de drie Noshingen is. Otto. Laten zien is Riordan Hoos. Van een goal like it's back on a machine ik vast uit. Chloe Craig. Celtic's most experienced player Suzanne. She just got too thick a touch on that of anything.
Yeah, she did. I know she'd have been thrilled if that hit the back of the net. She almost gets too much on it. You know, she just needs a little glancing header there. But it's a first-class delivery as well from Ailey Gallagher into the front post, and you know, nearly the opening goal of the game for Celtic.
En de vaste gemaakt die is. McLaughlin. Kerr. Yes, Kiri het broken hier, route in de way. Yes. Carrying it out, sure. Man, you check the shape. Yes, Coram is the shot. Yes, I'm cheating. Hogan guy, the shot at the shot. That carrying it in the cooling. Snorsing fighter Scholar. Shesu, the little sound to Rangers, I can now laugh. Nu naam waar kan het kalker al reetje dat zijn preen die broken hier. Kars woeie schön kutcher comes in and it's Ashworth Clifford the gluk at the bass as the dacher to shinley lava the cooling yes and jerava get the shinach va kars woeie che kars woeie want Ashworth Clifford Mittag want to do foul like it's shachet to the post Davison. Natuurlijk gerashined the last day. Ach, je dacht ordentliche foul and Rangers inches away here, Suzanne, from the opening goal.
Yeah, it should have been the opening goal. it's almost harder to miss that there. You know, she's caught it right. You know, and it's agonising for her as she watches it go past the post. But you know, a great chance, free header. Rangers should be 1-0 up.
Agus 3 ára dul in Howitt. Agus Watson agus McLean fáin na cluiche an áca. Ugan Hay union na cluiche an atol and obviously Suzanne Monkey Thompson is really going for this now, just as Fran Alonso is as well. They want the 3 points here. McCoy off as well, Cornet.
Yeah, they want the 3 points. You know, a draw, you know, yeah, would be fine from Rangers' point of view. You know, Celtic, you know, need the 3 points, I think, you know, just to make a statement as well. You know, the draw suits Glasgow City, but I think in a match like this, you know, either side want the 3 points.
Archin Killior Ekach Duven ha Kirsty Howitt in Ishkuchuk. Chloe Craig. Gaan die Larissy Loracach bal de Chile gedash voor Martinez. Riordan. Marco Ashworth Clifford. You find Palasu is the line of the east to the Haring at Asha face the Shunas. Karshvu Yela show. Well, I check the hint van de Bengi Watson. Yes. Karshvu Yegisha. Not the introduction Emma wanted.
Yeah, on in the book already.
Watson who had that till Lenyamal, the Rangers is the Champions League, now Benfica and the Lisbon. The Celtic. Oh Lord, the hook Station. Claire Riordan who had that Karshvu Yeroishin. Some Celtics can Ashworth Clifford. Get the She bet you know Taring at Ash Pagua Toganea to you. Robertson. Je hebt de Mabuil. Het Shin Shachat, de Deme Gallagher, agus naar de Lisha Noorsen, naar prachtig Suez. Nee, laten zien. Not le tar aardigin ook tuurtje gelo kaal roeien was again for that crush met sochtig na get aan in steg Doherty Davison Marco McLaughlin Howitt Maar mijn bouwelijke de stuisen die is kassen daar al stuis in is toch een beetje kog in de gele shot. Als die hebben te vallen in Kajach. Lachke Shirley Ashworth Clifford. Dus toch een kiel ga je voedig de laar tegen een goesa de haar niet geheen. We gaan een maar een paar Karshvu voor shot. Each of the fair because if I the casting. Jaravigan Hardik and Magidig Bishinison Rangers. Nunica yet, I guess Kirsty Howitt, Kirsty McLean is Emma Watson and Drew the Hannah Kate. Looks like Ashworth Clifford's in a bit of bother here, Suzanne, and from that challenge she made out, I was kind of half expecting a yellow card as well for that challenge.
Yeah, no, I was as well. I think she's maybe twisted her ankle there as she's went down. Oh no, it's her knee she's holding on the opposite side. You know, I think Celtic will be looking to just make a change, particularly with the threat down that right-hand side for Rangers. You know, if she's struggling and can't carry on, I would just make the change.
Clark de Vengier, let Giri Livy chance toch go dash. The Dushan split at the look of the Miana packet. So maybe Fran Alonso maybe thinking of asking Livy Chance to do that same job on that left-hand side and put another player into midfield maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's had a long chat with her there. You know, I'm not sure who he's going to bring on. There's not much movement on the bench.
Giliora que Humus engine at all the drast. Is that the fear the Yankin Churchichotonus are. Look at the assassin of the Costa and la cointra Vaggi. It's a Gorgon and skip it. And picking the Golaverch. En je ook zo'n week geen karm gaan vader chiddig in de derby en haak in derby in age en de maandag keedoeden. Hebben ze nu hard zeggen stuur die wel Czech mile njach parach geschenen kiest de road. De horkebug geen machine. Is je bevat dat keedoeden fiske. Shot at Broadwood as je haast veel is je hier tuil en dus tripletje shot. Like Celtic. Lucy Ashworth, Clifford. It'll get Fisker Shechet, and it looks like it's Liv Ferguson coming on, Suzanne. So that's another attacking move by Fran Alonso.
Yeah, it is. You know, I think the game is really opened up. It's important that Celtic stay switched on here, particularly when there's been a stoppage like this, and you know the ball's just about to come into their box. But I think we're in the territory now that the first goal here wins the game.
You imagine that with a player of Kelly Clark's experience of big goals. It's surprising that he's not turning to her, which maybe suggests that she's not maybe 100% fit.
Yeah, I would think so. To be honest, I haven't been watching it even see if she's been out warming up. But I would expect that she's not 100% because of her, her experience and her threat and her overall importance to this team.
Fisker Ashworth Clifford Shechet wat you met je goedje daar goedje te laten dat is Gianno Mope Gian is de slie is Liv Ferguson Shele en kijk het aan nu dan ik van een laat bestaan rik je net een haatje we should rest veel hard je de gaten te gaan maar zijn hij zijn stuk aan de game zal ik aan misnig de licht gedaan en broken en Charlie Wellings alleen dus hier terug te zeggen die no shego toon gaan box hier kijken dus je was zo van de duivel hier met zaak oordelen dus die is Celtic opinion die dat zijn eerste Sam Kerr en de gok de waren game haast het al. En ze zit toch een schier naar hulp van de heen. Dus Jean, de wielen mag, die is voor. Sam Kerr, Lechos. Jean mag, ze kan koerken gewonnen. Nieuw seizoen. De was eentje in de street. En de volle zich. Ik het aan het alcohol. Hey, now yes, Ferguson about chin the heel like you know Harashian on kata. Ik ken een steek minute in de dakel kette vis kracht. Nu waar kan kutje gesaald dalen was ik hem naar de Ashworth Clifford. Yeah. Doherty. Maybe Chile gedash getako Sam Kerr. Rangers first nog geen die val dat die is. Ja, Karen Drohelm, like is al de district of Celtic. Gallagher, Muringi, Uchlea, Shen. Had ik jaren zijn versmoord. Ferguson Chadíis gan you Lua Kilioris and fine follow with Davison. Doherty, Calig Lewis. Arnott, nishin het kusanchkin te Liziarn vanity van de pingin show. Nu het echt geshoot kan je, en ringi fine shot de Caitlin Hayes. Doherty. Eine Dashko Arnott. Howard, Ishel, Tajanar, Fably, Kiet Earp, Sanoorsen, fijn krijgen met de bal van het Dara Earp. Agus Howard, Chinfash, traps on Rangers. And again, this is about, I think, the third time we've highlighted the Celtic goalkeeper, and she makes another smart double save there.
Yeah, exactly. This one wasn't down the throat. You know, she said to get down smart to her right-hand side, but it's the reaction I like even better. You know, getting up, narrowing the angle, and again making the save for her team.
Gallagher, hier is gaan jullie bal trying. Misha Kilioris and Ferguson. Gal Shaw Pidistri, die Shachat Ferguson a Chiara Shikit. Ringai Oprah Kaka Gele, Jenis Gallagher a Canoe. And Arnott Pidistri. Stick of Mittag. Howard Chadíis hier toe Kaka like Celtic is Ferguson. Tune dat je mee aan de paadje. Agus van Nuringa die is shine ko Kaka Gele. Die is je Celtic is hier daar, Chadíis a Canoe. So it's frustrating for Rangers. They have so much of the ball, but they just can't find a way past thus far anyway against a very resolute Celtic setup.
Yeah, and that, I think, you know, coming into the game, they would have known that's what they were going to face. You know, that is what Celtic are. They're resolute, they're hard on the tackle, they're aggressive. And Rangers, you know, for all they've dominated possession, they've not been creative enough in that final third. They've not moved the ball at a quicker speed to, you know, to get away from the press, which, you know, Malky Thompson, I imagine, will be very disappointed about because they have dominated the possession in the game.
Caitlin Hayes de eerste pistje van de goal, goed heel noring. In Gallagher rein, Galaris is waar terug in zie je shin voet per Noorsen, kas goed jelle. Is dan Gallagher. De chien trichtjes minne kenish de Carson Puye en is Gaki Cass stay your shot. Martinez, and no doubt about that one.
Yeah, it was a late tackle from Amy Gallagher, and striker's tackle.
Geen is Celtic toch vegen die show eintje de maag pikken is koik minutje te doen avondstuk is kracht pillen te doen je waardig go vallig in je aankap. Je hoort te doen je zo'n Rangers zo'n heel like hier Ryan naar de eerste bal Shindrawata agus de maag. En is Libby Chanson is ja kloeg als de 3-8 gegaan Ashworth Clifford Peter wil geest hier de kosten geest le bal naar Shers Wills Gallagher. So is the line of Hamain Shachat the Doherty Akata Howard. It's actually kind of a key minutes the game of Rangers that the Ganya Kilat challenge a cheating game. Arnott Smini here Urplik Elafala Harsinko McLaughlin is Chakadi Shitikin. Me Orston a Geshin, Emma Watson a Hangi, Palava Brain of Oxe. agus an áda néadach in jullie mala bhuiil yn yr adol chan yn nwy ag Celtic agus a fémach gyda sy'n ysyn ffos hwrs gan o lein y gian Paul Room y sio ag tesol midag sgwyl y gyfwyl tarsyn go Nicky Doherty y skipper ach ydi eich chan jullie schiad sŵr ag manc ilio Larisi hyd y jefa fanyergi fiach yn di hwcal siachat y Martinez as Rwmwan fwy Rwmwan spinny Shen droch fawl o fan y mach bo Hayes chance de hwcal again come up position is hadach gyn de da skipper bawl o chwma pas ik in y ffydystio I chele Shin a share Arno to stay Howard to favour out of box action for a tof gemaig ikke or mak look at the Celtic it's in a stay when a clear your Riordan talk about last ditch but that was really important from Claire Riordan.
Yeah, that's superb defending. I think you and I both thought that was only going to end up in the back of the net, and yeah, that's superb defending from Riordan to get back, and Kirsty Howard thinks she's got a certain goal, and what a challenge for her team.
Agus Sirius Taylor Otto finds through get the shinship they push and yellow the sound and default the Rangers at the Grontig se shade fiachan the Doris on your scala shot the district shears agus in a channel get a Davinach Megidek the Gunavashach the push and yellow one do how mit a good drops it go Watson do chuck le Pauli shall agus Robertson Grana Krashina Tolamach who the sewer get used on a trace precaution is to heal as the Rangers. Attack one of the Val of Navis Kadoki shot Dawn drops it. Tajan or Shachat Orisha. I Shachat to the Hullet now is a mach. I guess Vishin Fuchig in a lane of Gian Celtic. Arachigilla Dolahian is on Rangers must be game Shachat. Maddie North, American, I guess Mittag had a goal get. Fedi Jeravi had a Noonje Varach with the sound. I guess Mavericks could be crushed van the Goeie Shen, nu had je spie gronges aan Celtic en Ist. Robertson, nu is er Paul, Falaf, zoals geleerd, Chili aan Ashara. McLaughlin, als een tenen de goal gaan Bouwwaard, Dawn, Chloe Craig voor je Shinketa. Shin Mabo toch het is die is voor Aster. Agus game Tajan naar Lavine de Shin. Again, Nicky Doherty from distance, and I think the deflection actually helps it. It brings the ball down, and once again, Tajanar has to deal with it.
Yeah, again, she's managed to turn it over the bar for her team. Nicola Doherty on an unfavoured right foot this time, but she manages, to still work the goalkeeper. But a corner for Rangers, and you almost get the feeling that Celtic are hanging on a bit at the moment.
Bashen till the time, but Becky do the sewer gets the D side in the mach. I guess I'll go check at the batch of Tarsing. Meaning to be the Gogan again, Martinez. Tajanara Machach, who with Martinez, Karoshian Kara, the Shin. Slightly fortunate there, Susange. Nothing wrong with the challenge, and fortunately, from a Celtic point of view, just goes over the crossbar.
Yeah, again, I think it was Martinez who's a real danger for Rangers at set pieces. And as you say, I think Tajanara was fortunate there to get the free kick.
Shacht minutes in Tagunya Varach. Shachatona de Kemich in Kuchben en Krinje. Een speciale goede vastget kiet minutes je show kutjach. Ik Broadwood nog. En je shin nu niet game Celtic Rangers van allemaal or how vadag in is Krias en het college. Nu een teul how vadag in game eind. You feel now, Suzanne, that Rangers are the likelier team to score here, so Celtic essentially are just trying to see this game out in the remaining 7 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. It's Rangers that are really going forward. Celtic just need to hold on to the ball when they get it, win free kicks, I thought that was a free kick, but yeah, you know, when free kicks run down the clock for their team, because Rangers are throwing everything at it at the moment.
Shia Minachin Idaka. Rangers viechen de wie Furchner. Harsing good Doherty. Komt de ver on the show, maar give it Arnott, Nui, Chloe Craig. Baulichin Tarsing. Senor Tuño. Give chance. Oh, give chance to Gaakal. I guess Khayamache Duval. Maybe chance living up to her name there, Suzanne.
Yeah, exactly. She's trying to look more relaxed than I think she actually is there. Because it's another great ball into the box.
Duval die is wel eens jaren het gedaan. Je een kistje nu nog. We ik het ook zo we kunnen te zetten krijgen. Kara Gora goed. We keren Kirsty uit te vissen. Goed, minuten te gaan. Je waar gedaan kan. Some care. Nee, dat is de Rangers. Watson. Die en Suez go Arnott. Die is Caitlin Hayes. Die gaan de koers again. There's chance skak. There's Robertson. Dus waar moet je aan hem Watson bij de klischkikker uit gaan. Karswoeje zijn dus je moet je wel vakas. En dat is nieuw zie van vakas je laat is. Het is toch first nog gedoe die aslische zijn. He's Carl Shaw took him and I have cool Count Ferguson. Team minuten illegal shachat. Keedille de ploeg short Broadwood. There's a ball like Rangers fat jewel. Suele Asjoy Suele Joram. Junsi Count one in the path. Tricky shot. Celtic de Kumalamach. We winnen die is. Big chance. Skip nog goed. Keer. Prachtig zo is gedaan. Just a sign of frustration now for Rangers. They're hurrying things and that's helping Celtic.
Yeah, it's careless there. You know, no excuse to be offside when the ball's returned to her, and a chance for Celtic just to, you know, wind down the minutes, take their time over this.
If it stays like this, Suzanne, it's a better point for Celtic, isn't it?
It is. You know, I think they would have wanted to win the game, you know, to make that statement, as I said at the start. But you know, they'll not be too disappointed. It's an away game, picking up the point, and you know, for Rangers, they'll be disappointed. It's their home game.
Zana mag ze game. Aan de vier en die goed te kunnen kroeg Kel in de paakje. Liv Ferguson en Jenema Shinneson. Shen goed trooien. Zo dat daar lijnen Gia nach de wie femig. Je bek en volskiri in de klieg het aan je gamers go. Kel in de paakje. Ferguson, action pick and close at the chance, Duval. En de Noorsen toch een alleen is, geef het precaution. Misschien kan goedje goeie is. Ik kan een staaf in en te goeie waardig gedaan. Trap me gele gewei met Gallagher, houwe shot voor die Paul Maas, daar is een Chloe Craig. En is een voetig Celtic shot. Gutch, en maar goed delen, maar achter die jeno immetig Turris Ryan Shaw nu Rangers. Oos van Coromau, nu is iemand gisteren in de follow-up. Well, Celtic have made a habit of winning these games late on, and Caitlin Hayes, you'd have put money on her. She didn't quite get the connection she wanted there.
Yeah, you would have. If you wanted it to land to anyone, it would have been Caitlin Hayes. Messens, you know, managed to claw the ball round the post for our team, but another chance. You know, Amy Gallagher's deliveries have been, you know, first class so far, and another chance late in the game to put the ball into the danger area.
Kennis minnaatje daar, Gallagher, hoe de hele schach de rest en het drop ze Kala Tukstjem. Hey, de val op. gefechen de Shinimpi, Kumalatal, Masuringai, Robertson, de Cheval, Suasalena. Chicken in his Shidaka. Coramana Machashot de Garnet. I guess I'm not in mine of the vow. Triple to show Kirsty Howard, the Larishan, the PL5 for Stewie Pouline. Rasha the Castle and Ish. Suzanne, last seconds play of the game?
It's a tough one. You know, I don't think there's been a outstanding performer in either side, but I'm going to give it to Pamela Tadgener, the Celtic goalkeeper. I think she's had the most work to do, and she's been equal to everything that Rangers have through to her in the match so far.
Look at the Barcelona. Ik wil het doen of zelfs zeggen ze veel met de schöne vatten nog. Shekle in Mexico. Find Kolach gebine pingen Eden Rain as een schachat in een schach minute te gunje varach kijk abau. Dat is Celtic het drama aan mag je. Wat is er zuur voelen? Weet je dat ik al eens game kom al top. Maar is niet niet jak na PL de game of gekend toch er chuur utashin. Maar is Pamela Tadgener chuur game eigenlijk Gumi Celtic as a game. Monty Thompson ja vader ging begoor dus na bachie en 'n bal. De begoor gaf hij parachie en 'n lesh as Fran Alonso. Ik heb eerst een keer college fine. De mag as a shot. Le ping as Nicky Doherty. Coram bear a bachie is gekeerd le. Ook sin savelig. I guess Morsin Basavelig elan bo middag. I guess Jiedig. Caitlin Hayes, ik heb echt en we fijn heel goed te maken games. We worden nog toe deze heel geleden game van Celtic. Ach, zo ik Broadwood had kreeg nog gekund heel. I guess de pingen in de rain Rangers in Johnny, Celtic in Johnny. Looking at the best chances, and again they've come from set pieces, and this was another good save from Mittag.
Yeah, it was. It's off the bar. Yeah, it's off the bar on this one. You know, Mittag has done everything right there. She's probably thought she scored. You know, such a clean hit, and you know she was unfortunate not to give her side the lead. And the one occasion that the goalkeeper was beaten, the frame of the goal kept the ball out.
And again from the set piece. Rangers going close again.
Yeah, again.
This should have been a goal.
That should have been a goal. I think Davidson there. You know, it's harder to put it wide there, and she's managed to do that. It's a free header, and really she should have put her team, you know, ahead. Disappointing marking from Celtic.
The interesting thing for me there, Suzanne. Prior to that, Lisa Robertson was on that post, but they put no one on the post.
I know, yeah, because she cleared it off. You know, the post just earlier before that. Strange. You know, you think the setup would be the same. This one, I think Kirsty Howard gets down, and it was this one from Tadgener I was really impressed with. You know, she's up, you know, and making the block for her team, and you know, really, she was a match to everything that Rangers threw at her in the game. Albeit it was, you know, it was shots from distance and, you know, sort of second balls like that one there.
That was the double save that convinced you that she was the player of the game?
Yeah, it was. I think it was. You know, as I said, there was good players on either side. You know, I thought Brogan Hay had a good game. I thought Lisa Robertson, you know, held her team together as well. But I think the difference and the reason it's 0-0 was Tadgener.
Agus sé sinna cíal chu a chláir well Rangers at Pringokal, Celtic at Pringokal hat dolas Cún Glasgow City at Tuil a charach sinna mádach le Glasgow City a clúich Partick Thistle agus sin Celtic go chance ha givulach very tight at the top of the table.
Yeah, it's very tight indeed. Glasgow City with that chance tomorrow still to play to go top, and you know, when they get themselves there, can they go and do what they've done for the last 14 years and stay there? You know, I'm sure Rangers will have something to say about that, but it's very interesting at the top of the table.
Thanks for your summarising tonight, Suzanne. I guess sin mar a glár a coint ag jirig a game. I guess na pingin I the rain is shot ag Broadwood. I guess joch mar salas and carmach an fadach Derby mór eile can give a madach Derby Ganation Hibs and Hearts. I guess sin táisich céadúid an fiscar agus stúil di slóg mór sin na madach chorus 1,000 agus colas game gyma tarniach yd sy'n cwtioch le Hearts gysorich dy dol gyma agus Hibs y fiachyn dys y fern y gwn y gorau agus chys of sy'n mar am gra bel isio y BBC ala be malach ach isio ag Broadwood an y pwng yn ei roi nioni fan isio y Rangers agus Celtic.
Tapalas Alec wel sin ac o he ma ha i'r sio chadiach na skipi yn y scaras a dwlwg y dolgachi le pwyng y dyniad pwyng y skipa nes BBC albel as y marach le Derby fôr eile se Michael ys na'r cwydioch agus gyn cyndiach gybysif na'r cwydioch yr son sin ach fwyniwlyg y sio a na'r cwmr yn y nalt mar sin lyf y drasta.